All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the TDI and we're gonna be doing some tuning again. Another tuning video, I know, so entertaining. We're gonna be comparing, obviously, our stock common rail tune, which is rated for not a lot, and we're gonna be going stage 2 today. There are some other tunes that we could be doing, but we're just gonna try and max the Jetta out with stock emissions, stock exhaust, stock intake, stock literally everything, just to see what kind of power we can make and just see how much faster a stage 2 is actually gonna be. Like I said, there are no upgrades required for this tune, so we could go stage 0.5, we could go stage 1. Those are kind of focused more towards fuel economy. So we're gonna go right up to the maximum performance we have with no mods, and that is TDI stage 2. So like all my other tuning videos, we're gonna do some before and afters of our acceleration tests and just kind of talk about some overall driving feel, because I know the stock common rail, you know, it has a lot of torque down low and it just doesn't have really any top end. So we're gonna try and fix that today and just kind of see what we can crank out of the stage 2. So I also have the GoPro in my camera box, so we're gonna obviously get the POV so you guys can hear how quiet this car is stock before we do anything to it in the future. And yeah, so let's go out and we'll grab some stock baselines and see what this baby can do before and after stage 2. All right, so for some reason you can kind of barely see my gauges. Oh no, there we go. It's just because it's so bright outside. So I'll do a couple of pulls just to kind of, with my holding the camera, and then I'll do a couple of POVs just so you guys can hear how slow this thing is. So we'll do that in sport mode. All right, coming around the corner. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to hit 100. All right, and there's 40, foot to the floor. Oh, okay. And there's 100, slowing down. So obviously I will cut out that downshift, and I'll get it for when it downshifts and then actually starts going. Because we can't quite do this in sport if I'm holding it with one hand, because I don't want to crash. So it's definitely not super slow by any means. I mean, the torque really makes this car feel a lot quicker than it actually is, because I can't remember what the actual horsepower ratings is for this thing stock. I'll post them on the screen here so you know, and then we'll compare that to the stage 2 figures. But like, it definitely accelerates pretty good when the RPMs are below about 3 grand, and hopefully that'll change when we do the stage 2 and we'll kind of compare them, and I'll let you guys know how I kind of feel about that. Okay, so we'll do this one in manual. Okay, there's 40. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And there's 100. And then we'll slow it down and we'll do the 80 to 140. There, come on, 80, 80. There's 80, foot to the floor. Struggling for 140, come on. There's 140. Yeah, it takes forever to get up to 140, so hopefully we can improve that even just a little bit. So we'll get some POV and we'll head over and get this bad boy tuned. Now, I know some of you may be thinking that, I don't know if you saw when I was holding the camera with my hand, but we do have a check engine light. The check engine light is only for an implausible signal for cylinder pressure in the glow plug, so it won't affect performance at all. It's just a sensor issue. So this performance is basically going to be the exact same as if I didn't have that check engine light, so nothing really to worry about there. Keep in mind, if you haven't watched my other video, and I can't remember if I mentioned it, but the DSG is tuned right now. This is a stage 3 DSG tune, so this can handle up to stage 3 power, which is in the neighborhood of about 300 foot-pounds of torque, a little bit less, I believe. So this can handle that amount of torque. There's also a stage 4 DSG tune that we're going to be doing in the future when the big turbo for this car goes on, and we'll go over the features of that. But this is set up for launch control and everything, and we won't do a actually, you know what, we can do a stock launch. We'll do a stock launch. We'll do a stock launch to 60 just to see what it's like. So, and in sport mode. 60. All right, so now that we are stage 2 with the DSG tune in the Mark V, we're gonna go ahead and do our 40 to 100 and 80 to 140 out in the beautiful country of Mexico. Before we do that, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot of Volkswagen stuff going on right now. Like I said, this vehicle will be getting some stage 4 stuff really soon. So this thing will be a little bit of a certified TDI sleeper on the street, and it's going to be tons of fun. We might look into doing a little bit of street nitrous because that's legal here in Mexico. So we might visit that in the future, which would be really awesome. But without further ado, let's jump into the 40 to 100 and the 80 to 140. So I don't know if you could tell just from that little pull, this thing does have a little bit of torque steer, and the road definitely was a little bit uneven, so that was a little bit sketchy, but we'll do the 80 to 140 now. Okay, there's 80 and go. All right, so obviously I don't want to leave this video once again like other videos with me not following up or kind of reviewing the new tune on the Jetta. So I actually took a little bit of time. This is about a week almost since I have put the tune on the Jetta, and I wanted to kind of do that just to be able to feel out and give you guys my honest opinion, as unbiased as I can physically be in regards to the tune, and just kind of compare it to how it was stock, because I did drive the car stock for about, I want to say 2 weeks, which was very underwhelming. The stock common rail is nothing fantastic aside from the torque, which is literally like probably the only upside to that. So here we are about a week later after installing the tune, and I can say it definitely does wake the car up a lot, even just daily driving it. Like, this car is my daily. I don't at this point do anything super crazy with this car. Like, that's what I have, obviously, the FZ6 and the all-road for. But it does absolutely amazing as a daily. If I need to go fast, it'll go fast. I mean, it's not a rocket ship above 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers an hour for you metric folk like myself. Because it's a diesel. It's not designed to be super fast up top, but the stage 2 does make it super fun to drive below 100 kilometers an hour, and it does have the torque and the power up top above 100s to still accelerate on the highway and be able to feel comfortable with the amount of power that it makes, which is great. And that kind of leads me to my next part is, as you may have seen in the first intro video to the Mark V, which is the video that'll be before this one, we wanted this car basically to do burnouts, and as of now that it has stage 2, it will spin all the way through first gear, which is awesome. We're going to test it out, obviously, when we have the time to try and do another burnout, which might be tomorrow. We'll see. But as of right now, it's really good. Stage 2 is really solid. Another big thing that some people are probably curious about is other modifications to the car. Right now, zero. There is nothing done to the car other than just stage 2. It has the stock emissions, stock exhaust, no intake, EGRs, factory, like literally everything is 100% stock. There's no suspension mods, there's no aero. I literally have only tinted the windows in this car, and it still gets the fuel economy compared to stock is very similar. I do drive with quite a heavy foot pretty much most of the time, just because I like the noises that my cars make, and I like to go fast to the speed limit, of course. But a lot of it is really enjoyable down low, obviously, because of the torque. It doesn't have any crazy torque steer yet. That may change once we throw our stage 4 stuff on the car, which will probably be either the next video or the video after that, because I have all-road stuff to upload, and maybe we'll do another burnout attempt video and try a lot harder to get this thing to do burnout. I will show you right now, and this kind of doesn't really equate to the actual fuel economy because I'm sitting on my driveway, which, like, if this is flat, this is about how steep my driveway is. So right now, as you can see, I've done 791 kilometers since I filled up, and it says that I'm at the refill mark, but I was just about there, just slightly below 3/4 tank. So if I really try this thing, I'll probably do 1,000 kilometers before I need to fill up, which is really fantastic for a stock emissions car because it still has all the restriction and everything, and like I've mentioned before, this thing is also DSG tuned, so that could be part of it as well. But my honest opinion on this tune is it's definitely worth it. I mean, I think it would be a lot more worth it doing the emissions deletes just to get rid of the restriction out of the exhaust, obviously, to try and get this thing as fuel efficient as possible. And then another mod that I could do is just take my foot slightly off the pedal, and that would probably crank the fuel economy up. Overall, right off the bat, I feel like this tune pays for itself. If you're looking to do this for fuel economy, there are weaker tunes that I know Malone offers, and those are kind of more driven towards fuel economy, so that would be the way to go if you're not looking for power. But stage 2 is definitely the go-to if you get a common rail or whatever and you just instantly want to put a tune on it with no other mods. You just do it and it's power, and it really does make a difference, and you don't really lose anything. So yeah, and then we have launch control with the DSG tune, and that's a big plus for me because I like doing launch control. So we might do a hard cut limiter on the diesel to spice things up a little bit, and then we might go compete with this thing and see what she can do and keep our little sleeper Jetta sleeper for a little bit longer, and then maybe we'll do some other stuff. But anyways, guys, that will do it for the tune review, I guess we can call it, portion of this video, and I guess the video in general. So anyways, I hope you guys found this information a little bit useful if you were looking to get a common rail or to tune your TDI at all. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I think I just hit 1,500 subs, which is like super wicked because that's like double the amount of followers I have on Instagram at this point, which is awesome. I'm super stoked. I'm having a good time making videos. It's super hot where I live right now, so it's like a little bit difficult to sit here and edit videos and that kind of thing. So the more that you guys subscribe, the more cool shit that we'll be doing. I am looking for another car already to add to the collection. We're not going to be selling the Jetta or the all-road anytime soon. We're going to be adding something super spicy that we're going to be doing a engine swap on, hopefully, and I pretty much already have a motor for that. So we're just looking for the chassis now, and then we will be building that. But anyways, I won't ramble on any longer. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video.